Hey people, how's it going? We're waiting for his call patiently here. I figured I'd start the stream before the call came in so that we had people in already. We should have a call from him shortly. So hopefully it'll be shortly. Let's put it that way. So we're all set up here. Got the Bluetooth speaker set up next to the phone so that you guys can hear it. Who do we got here? Let's change from top chat to live chat. We got Blue Betty, Wendy O, Dabin, Prospector, Dave Tillman. I can't see if there was one before that. It won't let me go back up. In what area, Dabin? Between Federal and Lowell? Yeah. There's a lot going on up by Federal. Federal can be a hot spot at times. That's for sure. Federal can definitely be a hot spot. So we just need to wait for Eric's call here. We'll just chat while we wait, I guess. Not much else to do until he calls, right? Westminster, yeah. Yeah, Westminster, definitely. How you doing, AK lady? Yeah. So, he should be calling anytime now. I hope he didn't decide to make it 9 o'clock instead of 8 o'clock. That'd really screw things up, waiting for him to call. Getting your garden done today? If you were here, you couldn't get your garden done today. It's been raining. You see everything's wet here. So, it finally stopped raining a bit ago. But there is not going to be any sun out for sundown here. So it's going to be clouds. I don't know how many of you were in Defend's stream. Strange things are afoot at the Circle K, yeah. Or the 7-Eleven, or any of the other various places. How many of you were in Defend stream earlier? Snowing at your house? Yeah, they said there was supposed to be snow up in the mountains above 10,000 feet. Here it is coming up on June and it's snowing in the mountains. People can't believe it when they're here. They're like, what? Snow? Really? Where it's already spring everywhere else. Spring in Colorado means snow at times. How you doing, Jane? So that's just one of the things that we put up with in Colorado is snow. Plenty of it. So if you were in Defend stream earlier, throw up a 1. Nobody was in there? Are we just getting that much of a delay today? Nobody was in there? Wow. Apparently nobody was in there. But Defend just ended his stream not that long ago. We were, or they were, discussing quite a few things. What happened? The usual drama stuff. You know. You guys know how it goes. People having issues with other people. Drama. But that is the way it goes. Alright, it's after 7 now, or 8 I mean. So, I hope he didn't want to call it 9. We can always keep the live stream going for an hour, waiting for him. Whether the season is screwing with the honeybees, yeah, they could be, Willie. But the honeybees are used to it in Colorado, really. This is a typical Colorado springtime. We're not into summer yet. Not until what, June 21st or something like that? I don't know what the first day of summer is this year. I think we just had a leap year, so it could change by a day or something like that. Let's look and see. First day of summer.
Summer in Northern Hemisphere will begin on Saturday, June 20th, 2020, and ends on Tuesday, September 22nd Mountain Time.
Oh, and it starts on the 20th this year for the first day of summer. That was close. That was a day off, but it's usually around that. So summer ends in September. And by October into November, a lot of times we'll see snow again. So we get lots of snow in Colorado, although it doesn't stick around for very long in the lower elevations like this, for the most part. Let me check my Securus account and make sure that we're able to accept his call. I know I have some funds on there. Let's see here. I am active. We have $9.52 available funds. That's enough for 2 phone calls from him. So that should be good. I don't imagine he'll want to talk for more than 2 calls, but if he does, I can always throw more funds on it right away too. Right from my phone. So what's everybody been up to? It's Sunday. Besides gardening. Don't everybody speak at once. Mowing the lawn. Ah. Well, Bob, we're waiting on Eric's phone call. Is what we're waiting for. Well, Dave, that's a good idea. Say we couldn't mow the lawn here today if we wanted to. Well, we could, I suppose, but in the rain it's kind of hard. Hey, NorCal Public Watch, how you doing? Notably Nova, how you doing? Just waiting on his call. I was hoping it was going to be 8 o'clock that he was going to call me at. Half hour late? Yeah, it's always possible it'll be late. We'll stay live. You guys know how it goes in my live streams. I'll stay live, sit and talk with you guys. I mean, we know what's coming, so we just have to wait for it to happen. And we do that a lot, don't we? Sitting waiting on the scanner to start popping. Oh, I could turn on the scanner here. You guys want me to turn on the scanner here? Almost 90 today in Iowa. Wow, that's pretty warm. I think it's like not even 50 degrees here right now. I don't think it got very warm today at all here. I think it might be about 45. Let's see what the current temperature is. 44 degrees here. So we're half your temperature. Trying to gather content for the channel. Yeah. Oh, you're out trying to gather content. All right. So yeah, we're half that temperature, that 90 degrees here. We're at 44 degrees. We were at 45. I have a voicemail? Really? Who called me? Oh, Dave's back. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I'll have to listen to that here later. I didn't realize I had a voicemail there. That's interesting. It didn't show up. Yeah, it doesn't matter at this point. So, in case you guys didn't know, I put up a PayPal pool to try to raise the money to replace this phone. I don't know if you guys can see the cracked screen or not. Yeah, you can see it right there. Oh, come on, focus on it. There we go. See the cracks? I got cracks running on the side of it over here. I managed to crack the screen on this one. And it's really old by now. I've had it for more than 3 years. And it actually survived that long. Amazingly, huh? And it gives really crappy video at nighttime especially. So I put up a PayPal poll as a wish list to try to raise the money for another S10e so that I can do my stringers at the same time. So technically I could go to the store right now and buy it, but then I'd be using the money that I'm using to fix my Jeep up. And then I'd have to e-bag for sure to get the parts for my Jeep. So I'll fix the Jeep and just make the phone a wish list type thing, you know what I mean? So I'm hoping people will help me with it. So, I mean, it isn't a necessity. The necessities are fixing the Jeep first so that it's in top condition, not have a phone to do the, you know, the other things. So, but Best Buy has it for $550 plus tax plus a case So you're probably talking about 650, which is what I made the PayPal pool, which isn't in the description. It's also in the community thing. So it isn't a necessity, but it would be nice to have. Uh, hmm. So, anyways, I'm not particularly fond of begging for things. That's why I said it's not a beg. It's a wish list. If I don't raise it, I don't raise it. You know what I mean? No, it isn't too bad, but it's getting old. The battery's starting to go on it, notably Nova. I run my scanner on this phone when we're out, and lately, my battery would be way low after getting done, and it's getting worse. So it might not even last through a live stream here pretty soon, where I have a scanner. But yeah, it's not extremely bad. It's still got a screen cover on it, so I don't cut up my fingers on it. Oh, thank you, Jane. So, but yeah, it's just a wish list thing, not a necessity at this point. So my necessities are going to be paid for, um, with my money that like I've been earning from YouTube. I did get a payment this month. I didn't get one last month. So I got one this month, and of course I'll be using it for parts for the Jeep. I have an alignment, and I'm gonna have to get some tires. And then I think I'm close to being done for getting all the parts for the Jeep. But we'll see when I get it on the alignment rack. See if anything else is needed. So I do have the money for that at this point, so I'm not e-begging for that. I'll tell you that much. It always bothered me when like Patrick got down in front of his tire and said, "Send me money. I need a new tire." It's person should be able to afford their own upkeep of their vehicle, which I can. It just helps when other people are, supportive too. But yeah, we were talking about that before too, about how you don't make money on YouTube and how you do make money on YouTube. You're not going live anytime soon, notably Nova? Oh, that sucks. You just have to drum up some people for you, probably. That's what it takes, getting a few at a time, getting referred to. So everybody subscribe over there to Notably Noto if you can, so he can get closer to his goal of 1,000. I usually don't ask for anything either, Notably Nova, but there's times when you don't have much of a choice if you want to keep going. Well, we have a mod here, don't we, that we can pull up the channel. Notably Novas. But a lot of the bigger guys that are on YouTube for the auditors, they all do live streaming like I do too, but they do other stories, where it's all static. But on their live streams, they'll take them down and then they'll edit them and then put them back up, just a small section of it. And I don't generally do that. So therefore, the people that are on the live stream see it, and they don't see commercials, so you don't make money from that. And when I do put up videos, that are edited or have been static, I don't get a lot of views from them. The uh, Broomfield video that I did static, and that was for news purposes. That's why there's no talking on it for me hardly. Is got not less than 200 views, and it's only a 9 minute and something video. It's like, yeah, nothing extremely exciting happened with like an audit type situation or an interaction with an officer, but it was interesting because you got to see a robot disabling a pipe bomb on it, and then the guy going over there and bagging it up and taking it in for evidence. You were one of those views? Cool. So there is a bunch of videos, if I took the time, that I could chop up and make into small videos and make them exciting like the other guys, but then that takes out time of being out there just recording and putting up content. You can be e-bag anytime, but this, because we, oh, okay. Patrick e-bagging, yeah, Patrick e-bags all the time. That was the problem. It was all the time thing. So, but yeah, it's there's ways to make the money on YouTube, and my live streaming you guys content doesn't make that kind of money that the other guys does, because they take the time to edit their recordings into smaller bits that make it more exciting, you could say. And you guys are more chill, laid back, and like watching the live streaming when there's nothing going on, just because you can have a conversation between yourselves. You'll sit there and watch what's going on and talk amongst each other, because we go to crime scenes and stuff like that, and that takes time just sitting there watching it, waiting for things to happen at the scenes. Getting a little bit of fog up in my front window there. What's happening, Caterpillar? There you go. Notably Nova. Thank you, AK Lady, for posting that up. Yeah. A lot of us know how it is to be under 1,000 subs and not being able to live stream. Yeah, Caterpillar. He's got his own method of doing things. A lot of people like him. I mean, that's why he's got a big fan base. Oh, thank you, Brian. Now remember, if you're donating for the phone, to put it into the pool and not straight to my PayPal. Because it's just a wish list thing. So I started that pool specifically so that people can see what the amount is at. You can choose to donate anonymously, or you can put your name up there. I mean, there's still people that are donating to my regular PayPal. I do appreciate that. So, but somebody had commented in my community section that I'm e-bagging, and I want to make it clear that the phone isn't an absolute necessity to have. I'm just saying it would be nice to be able to live stream and do a stringer at the same time, so that you guys don't miss the content, and I can interact with you guys as well as cover the scene at the same time. I mean, yeah, I might be quiet while I'm doing the stringer, but that's taking 30-second shots and pausing it and moving to another location and shooting another 30 seconds. It's in the description, Caterpillar, the PayPal pool. It's also on the community page. I have it listed there. AK lady, can you post that for me by chance? My PayPal pool for the phone. It's okay, Jane. Thank you, though. Well, yeah, that's why I'm saying is like I make it clear that it's not a necessity. It's more of a wish thing that it would make my streaming and providing content easier for you guys to see it all, rather than having to record for 10-15 minutes, wait for it to upload to Stringer before I can go live. There's times I had to stand there for 5 or 10 minutes waiting for it to upload to Stringer before I could go live, because I can't use my bandwidth to stream when I'm uploading it. You guys would have a really, really bad signal if I did that. That's in the PayPal poll, Caterpillar. Well, if AK Lady can put that up. It should be in the description of this video, and it's also on my community section of my page, my channel. Yeah. There was some discussion on Defense channel. That's why I'm bringing this up, more or less. Well, we haven't started yet, but Kimmy, he hasn't called yet. We're still waiting for his call. So he hasn't called yet. He will. So we're just chatting at the moment. But there was some things brought up in Defense stream. That's why I brought that up, by the way. How you doing, Don Davo from Down Under? How's Down Under today? Sun's going down here. I'm sure the sun's still up there. Probably reaching morning time there. There it is. Thank you, Lady Zaga. Oh, Tammy, I'm sorry to hear that. What was the live stream about for Defend? Oh, it's just, he was just talking like Defend, does all the time. He'll get on a stream and talk with people, and they'll have various discussions on different topics. So you had a phone call? Okay, AK lady. It's what? 98 there, Brian? It's 44 degrees here, Brian. 44. That's more than a little cool. So it didn't get very warm here today at all. It'll be back up to the 80s later this week though, here. Got my Jeep running to turn on the get some heat in here, which hasn't started blowing warm yet, so I gotta rev it up a little bit. My windows are starting to steam up a little bit from me sitting in here. It's 52 there. Well, that'd be considered warm there though, wouldn't it be, AK lady? You're not summer there yet, so that might be considered warm. There we go. Now we got some heat coming through the vent. Let's put it back to defrost again so you guys can see out the front. There we go. A little bit of heat on the windshield, and out goes the humidity. 73 in Washington, that sounds pleasant. Sounds very pleasant. 73. So we'll see 70s and 80s later this week. Tomorrow it'll be thunderstorms in the evening. So I didn't even memorize what it was supposed to be tomorrow. It might be 60s tomorrow. Yeah, Vet Tech Kimmy, I hear ya. I hear ya. $75 now, hit 90 this afternoon, still haven't hit the century mark. Southern California, Inland Empire, okay. 58 degrees by you. Okay. The cold, a lot of times not till the end of October, beginning of November. We're waiting on his call, Biggie. Alright, why is my engine racing? We are waiting on Eric's call right now. So I was expecting him to call at 8 o'clock and he hasn't called yet. So we're sitting here waiting for him to call, to take his call and hear from him. Alright, what is going on with my engine? Why is it wanting to rev up all on its own? Idle's too high. We did have some court on last Friday. No, it isn't floor mats. Well, we're not in gear either, but not that big of a deal. Match your 50 for what, Defend? Did you put 50 in the poll? Oh. Well, thank you, Wendy G. I don't know if this is telling me the pool or if it's telling me my PayPal. I'm not sure which. 98 degrees in the evening. Wow, that's warm. That sounds like Arizona weather. That sounds like Arizona weather. Today, Dizzy, we're waiting on Eric's phone call. Currently. No, I didn't go to Janet's kitchen. I was up till late morning, actually. I was stitching together the video from the Broomfield robot from Adams County's bomb squad robot that they did uh, the pipe bomb. They disarmed a pipe bomb out there in Broomfield the other night. So I was putting that together so that you guys can view the video, since I couldn't cover it at the same time. So I gave you access to that, but it was raw video and it was for news purposes, so there wasn't like me talking. Yes, it was, Dizzy. It was an actual pipe bomb. So I did put up that video this morning. It's only a 9-minute clip, and that's what got submitted to Stringer. By the way, the video was purchased from Stringer, but I haven't seen it on any of the news channels yet, as in, you know, Channel 7. But I own the rights to the video, so I can post it up like that, regardless if they use it. They're just paying me to use the same video is all. I don't have as big of an audience as Channel 7 does. They actually moved it there, Dizzy. It was in a different spot, and they used the robot to move it to that location to disarm it. So I don't know what the actual location of it was to begin with, but I did capture the bomb squad guy using his robot to disarm it, and then he went over there and bagged it up. At the point when they pushed me across the street, they already had the cap off of it, and they were trying to get the powder out of it, and it was packed in there tight, so they were having some trouble with it. And then they pushed me back saying it was still dangerous, and I'm like, no, that's not really dangerous. That's there'd be no way for pressure to build up if it went off, let's put it that way. It would all shoot out the end of it. At the worst, depending on what was in there, it would be kind of like a shotgun, but even less, because well, I guess it depends on what was inside of it, if there was any other materials in there. But normally it would just shoot some flames out the end is all it would do, because it isn't sealed at that point. But where he moved me from to begin with was I was actually safer up there by the tape when I was doing that recording. When he asked me to move to the other side of the cars, because I had a wall between the device and me at that point. And then when I moved over behind the cars, all I had was the cars between us. And I was filming through the driver's window, from the driver's side, through both windows, which were down, to film a section of that. And then I put it at the tail end of the car while I stood behind the vehicle itself. And I'm like to the officer, it's like, you know, this car really isn't much cover. You know, you got all this glass that we're standing next to. It's like, that stuff blows, we get a face full of glass. It's like, yeah, that's why I'm standing by the post. It's like, then he told me they had the cap off of it, and I'm like, well, then it won't explode. And they still pushed me back. Oh man, a rocket? Yeah, rockets can be dangerous, especially homemade rockets if you don't know what you're doing. See, like if you make the opening too small, It allows too much pressure to build in it and it can explode. So you got to have things just right when you do it. My safety is not their concern. Yeah. Actually, I figured out why they wanted me back. And you'll hear it in the video. Is the bomb squad guy apparently is an undercover officer. And he didn't want to be on recording. So the officer came across the street to find out if I was live streaming it, to find out if I captured the officer in the suit. I'm like, no, I didn't capture him. I didn't even see him, you know, when they pushed me across the street. When I was moving is when he'd moved in and then moved back. I did capture him after that, but it's poor quality because it's zoomed, so it's pixelated. Because of the low light in the area, you can't make out who it is at all. So it didn't matter at all. Squid? Squid? Yeah, Dizzy. Exactly. They shouldn't have an undercover officer working active scenes. Rusty Roo, I am not sure of. Exactly, Dizzy. Exactly. Nobody would have known. That's true, notably, Nova. That is true. Come on, stop going up and down on my RPMs. That's annoying. So it was an interesting stringer anyway. A lot more excitement than the normal stringer for having the bomb squad in the area doing that. Blew their own cover. Yeah. Yeah, I can't see why they would want somebody that works undercover working an active scene. You know? The only thing I can possibly think of is he wants to work undercover and he isn't undercover, so therefore he doesn't want his face on the TV or whatever. Oh, thank you, Vet Tech Kimmy. So we're just waiting patiently for him to call. Looks like it might be 9 o'clock before he calls. Let's put it in drive. All right, we're in drive. It's doubtful, Dizzy. It's doubtful that it was connected to something he was working on. Yeah, we got a steady RPM with it in gear. A little bit up. Not much. Yeah, it looks like it holds steady when it's in gear. Put it in park, immediately went at 1500. It's like, damn. Then dropped. So we're sitting over here by the McDonald's, facing towards Highway 85 tonight, instead of the non-working light. That way you got more stuff to watch while you're sitting here. What's the IO2 sensor? You're talking about the O2 sensor or low idle? I don't know. It's not very often while I sit and let it run at an idle like this. So it's not that big of a deal. It only matters when it's in drive. Put a little bit more heat in here. Yeah, it could be a leaky vacuum. One of the lines has a hole or something. Could very well be. And I might actually know which line, because I just switched from defrost to front blower, and the motor stopped doing it. So it's probably the line going to that vacuum servo for the defroster that's leaking. When do you mask compliance? Is that for citizens? Businesses here, a lot of them require you to have a mask when you go in. A lot of them have signs on their doors saying that you need a mask to go inside of their stores or whatever it might be, a restaurant, store, or whatever. But a lot of them say that you need a mask. You could not stay in a cage, yeah. When you're outside, for the most part, you really don't need a mask unless you're near a bunch of people. Yeah, I could go up that way, Wendy. I've been wanting to get back up there to Greeley. I almost went the other day, as a matter of fact. But then I'm like, I'll wait till I take care of the rest of the issues on the Jeep first, which I'll get taken care of this week for all that. People in Detroit, yeah. Oh yeah, Wendy G could do that. You know what the thing that really sucks is? I put the set of 4 tires on this a few years back. I got 2 of them that are going bad. So I want to replace the 2 that are going bad, and I can't even find the tire anymore. It's like they stopped making it. It's like, well, these tires aren't even that old. Why would they make a tire and then stop making it, not long afterwards? So that part sucks, so I won't have a matching set. People in Iowa are wearing masks alone in their cars? Really? They really got them scared there, don't they? Wow. They really got them scared there. Yeah, my vacuum leak stopped. We're at a steady RPM now that I switched from defrost to a different spot. So my line inside of the dash going to the vacuum servo for that is where that leak is at. Well, it's not even so much that. I mean, they make a design of a tire, you'd think they'd stick with it for multiple years, so that if you had an issue, you could, you know, replace them or whatever. I mean, there's some tires that they're still making to this day that you could have bought in the 80s. You know, you're like Wranglers and whatnot, you know, name brand ones that you can expect to be there when you need them. Emma's food, and I have to lay down, bad headache. Okay, Defan, thank you for joining in. Go back to defrost. Well, you know what's going to do to the RPM of the motor. Oh, instantly went up. RPM instantly went up the second I switched back to defrost. That's my vacuum leak right there. Let's switch to feet instead of defrost. We're at a steady RPM there. So it's got multiple servos, vacuum servos, to switch the things in there. And that line obviously has a leak. Yep, feet is steady RPM. That means the other ones are going to be steady as well. So, well, I know where the vacuum leak's at. Exactly, Biggie. That's what I said. I know exactly where the leak's at now. It could be the line, or it could be the actual actuator, vacuum actuator. Either way, when I got the time, I'll find it. It's not that pressing of a issue for that. Okay, defend. All right, we're approaching 9 o'clock. So we're hoping he's going to get his phone call in at 9 o'clock. Yeah, notably Nova. That's true. You use what you got sometimes. How you doing, one hot gal? Alright, we'll switch the motor off. Am I going to do any cop watching? It's pretty cold tonight, Cash Flow. I mean, it's only 44 degrees. So, that isn't exactly ideal watching, although I've been out in colder. So, I may or may not. I might want to wait till tomorrow night where it's warmer. Bad defrost won't work. Well, it still pushes the air up to the defrost, to the defrost area, you know, the vent there. We'll turn on the scanner for a little bit. Oh, come on, turn on.
We've got two callers, one from 8411 Garfield Lane, the other one from 8410 Harrison. RP is advising, it sounds like it may come from Steel Street. Neither RP's contact, one's contact. Copy 83rd and Wash. 2055.
Switching to your iPad? Okay. Sounds like fun.
2055.
Uh,
3631. 7. 2055.
did you get blocked, Wendy? On his stream by a moderator? It's a possibility. So all these people just came out of McDonald's. None of them have a mask on. That's interesting. You guys can't see it because the speaker might be in the way. Yeah, see, you could have saw it. They came out. They're backing out right now. They came out of the door right there. None of them had masks on. But yeah, the speaker's up there so that I can just turn it on when he calls. Yeah, Biggie. On less bail, too. Less bail than what they're requiring of him. Although his is a combined thing between multiple jurisdictions. No one got blocked? Hmm.
Right, 73 and wraps up, Pot Valley. 7339 and 2057.
And that's Brighton. That's Commerce City.
20-930-2388. 720-930-2388. I copied it. 720-930-2388. I'll pass the phone ambulance to a board. Yes, it is a pending call. It's going to be a civil matter phone message for 2 Lane Street.
Alright, Bluetooth coming on.
Mr. Cop, I'll take that here in just a moment.
Okay,
473, I should be down here in about 5-10 minutes. I can grab that.
turn that down a little bit so it don't blast you at this point.
Okay, copy. I can take it here in just a moment.
Calls, I'll have to turn it back up.
Okay.
I could believe they did it. And they want to keep them there.
I just had another fireworks complaint drop in District 3. Just want to also know RP for contact. You want me to close advice?
Fireworks complaint? Really? It ain't even July yet, and people are setting off fireworks. And most fireworks in Colorado are illegal. Hey, Too Tall Rob. We're just waiting on Eric's phone call. $600 more cases since the day before. Wow, that's a lot. That's a big jump.
Go ahead and put me on the 2-lane call. I'll be clear with the assist reference. Paul 13's recovered stolen vehicle, and I'll call you for the phone number.
Stolen vehicle.
2059.
That's Federal Heights, by the way. If we hear something interesting, we might just shoot down there after the phone call, you know, if something pops up. Some barbecue? Nice.
2067.
Had some rain out there in
Yeah, they're
Kansas,
getting a
too.
business alarm from Flat Rock. Not coming from the gym motion.
Bogus numbers? What's bogus numbers? The phone numbers putting over the scanner?
Copy. En route.
2100.
264 for cover, 88 to 972.
2100.
Yeah. One clear solution.
2100.
You hit 1,000 subs, Wendy? Nice. Congratulations. You can monetize when you get 4,000 watch hours.
Send me a fireworks complaint. RP contact.
Fireworks complaint. It's with the fireworks complaints. Come on, it's a little bit after 9 o'clock now. He should be calling anytime.
872 Shade Clear, 2101.
Better yet, can he make a good meatball? Yeah, it's not as long as you think, Wendy. It's not. You put up something for people to watch, and you'd be surprised. It goes pretty quick.
2 items, 6 3, both units in the area of Garfield.
2101.
It doesn't count like that unless they're using like a VPN or something, and they're not logged in on the same account. We got more people coming out of the McDonald's with no masks. I guess McDonald's isn't requiring masks. I'll bet you it says it on the door, though. I wish they'd told me the time that he was calling. We still need to figure out how many inmates have tested positive this week as compared to last week. I need to go back down there and make sure they're still complying with their masks. Of course, it's too late by now about the masks, even though we've been telling them for like a month about masks. You know, that they really need to use them. And now that the whole jail's breaking out with it, I think they might be sorry that they didn't listen.
Also, Charlie 4 for cover. Can you copy call in a disturbance heard only?
Charlie 4.
Oh, she's on a shooting? Okay.
It's going to be 2800 West 103rd Avenue, the apartment above 1822. RP calling from that location advising that she hears a female above the apartment screaming her and fighting with a male party.
Okay, Lucinator. Thanks for joining. Sorry you're going to miss Eric's call. Guess you get to pick it up when you wake up.
Impending. I'll be back on it later.
2104.
How soon? Well, that's just it. We never got a time that he was going to call. And all I know is he's going to call, and I figured it was going to be 8 o'clock. And here it is 9 o'clock, and it's after 9 now. So he should be calling any time. Unless he's calling somebody else by mistake. But I was told by two different people that he'll be calling me this evening. Yeah, okay, Lucinator. McDonald's is now hiring. That's what that sign says in front of you. Now hiring. We got millions of people out of work, and McDonald's is hiring. Time is locked down, 11 o'clock. No. They were calling, they're texting and calling me, telling me that Eric's calling me tonight. So I know that he's going to call. I just expected it sooner.
Did you run? 1800 block, highway to north, blue, sedan, place.
That was a quiet one. She's
Copy,
on
traffic,
Highway
sedan,
2. That's
please,
Commerce City.
Okay.
2106.
10:07 there, yeah. Oh, we could have been out chasing calls.
Subtag is going to be 1986078. 1986078. Copy, actually 106.
1986078? Whatever that was for. Liberty work at McDonald's? No. Not gonna happen, I'm sure. I wouldn't work at McDonald's. God. I don't even like eating McDonald's. Occasionally I'll have like a cheeseburger or something from them. Usually it's a free one from the cops from a SWAT scene. They'll give me a burger.
263, copy, units clear, 2107.
At the SWAT scene out there in Commerce City the last time that I wasn't live for, the officer gave me some water.
B632, I apologize for the delay. That plate comes back clear current.
He was on his way to
Denver.
giving the sniper some water, and he handed me one. Yeah, I don't really like eating at McDonald's myself. Who knows what they're hiring for, but maybe they just want applications in, to have a pool of people to be able to hire when people get sick. McDonald's ads? McAds?
261 out.
I'll eat Wendy's. I'll eat Burger King.
I'll be at follow up at
For a long time,
174
I didn't eat Burger
811
King.
Avenue.
Yeah, timeline.
Chicken wings. Ooh, all right. I had pot roast, vegetables, lots of vegetables, and some pot roast in a crock pot. Oh, that's not good, Wendy. You're being bribed. So we got a nice big audience waiting for the call. Now if he would just cooperate and call,
2109.
right?
I'll be in route to Legacy until they're okay, and I'm
How you
clear to
doing,
report
Daniel?
information item civil.
2109.
£5 of chicken wings? You smoke 5 pounds of chicken wings? Wow. Ice cream. Yeah. If it has weed in it, it's yours and you're not sharing. Okay. I'm currently doing not your dad's root beer and eating popcorn. Okay. Never heard of that root beer. Not your dad's root beer. Never heard of that one. I stocked up on root beer and vanilla ice cream for root beer floats.
1006.
I still need to price a Slurpee machine for the Jeep, right?
56 in our block of 270 eastbound with Colorado temp tag 2027634. 2027634.
It'd probably take 4 hours to get a Slurpee to even come out of the thing if it was in the Jeep. That it would have to cool it down for that long before it was able to get one out of it.
Shirley Green, Colorado, Commerce City, code 6 at 214. Three 6327. What? Code 4 at 212.
Let's take a look here. Let's see if there's any on here. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, those aren't the good ones.
Let's do a check.
Oh, man. No, I want a real Slurpee machine. Not the ones you pour the liquid into the top that's already frozen. Slurpee machine, Slurpee drink maker. What? What's this one? This one's 33 bucks. That's too cheap. We'll take a look and see what it is. It's a Slurpee drink maker.
So we have consent to enter the residence.
Spin Master 2005 711 7 what? A Slurpee machine, Slurpee drink maker, Spin Master. And it's got the things that spin them. Motorized. Frozen drink maker. It's in used condition. It's a weird looking thing. Oops. Let's see the details of this. It's only 33 bucks. What is it?
2622, can I please get a call from the city of that number?
Spin Master includes one remaining cup and straw, requires 4 C batteries that are included and installed in unit, unknown battery life remainder, tested and made a delicious Slurpee. It can take at least 5 minutes for your drink to be finished.
That number 36423.
This machine is not dishwasher safe. There are 2 parts that can be cleaned.
224,
That's kind of weird. How does it chill it? I don't see how it chills it. That's way too cheap. It's a kid's one, I think. think you have to dump in frozen stuff in there, ice and drink stuff. And it chops up the ice probably. That ain't a real Slurpee machine. That sucks.
3711,
All
code
right,
6.
let's see here.
Oh, go ahead.
We had 96 in Tower Road, Ocean Edward John 534. Ocean Edward John 534.
Come on.
Plate comes back clear current 2014 Hyundai Veloster, white in color, out of Brighton, code 67115.
Oh, they got some YouTube reviews on these ones that I just saw. I want a real one.
And I will have to get language line on the line first and attempt to contact them.
They got a Coca-Cola one. Interesting.
We're attempting contact. I think we're always canceled.
Hi, copy that. 2116.
That's weird.
Copy plate comes back clear by 2013 Ford utility passenger black and color Centennial, code 62116.
3731.
Ice cream, genuine icy
371.
brand countertop.
3731.
Size
You can keep me on the
icy
same
at
card. I'll
home
be out with
slushy.
a open garage for
Slushy
13895 105th Ave. 13895 105th Ave. No need for cover.
Copy at 2116.
Most of them, I think it's more of a blender than anything else that you dump ice into and drink mix, and then it chops up your ice.
031 Ocean Ida Trouble.
I copy out today's location, and that plate comes back clear current 2017 Nissan Altima silver in color at Evans.
Kind of like a snow cone maker, I guess. Except you're making it into a drink. So you're going to have more liquid.
Charlie 4.
Come on, Eric. You can call anytime now. We're waiting.
Charlie 4. We're getting nothing from this entire apartment building. We're going to go over to building 8 real quick, just in case there's one had a misinterpretation.
Copy 2118.
Boy, 59585. One Cowboy, 59585.
All right. What do we got here?
I apologize. Your conversation event number is going to be 37406. Again, 37406. Copy, thank you. 2118.
They're pretty pricey. A single 2.6 gallon pour over Granada slushy frozen beverage, $1,150.
10 for copy. T617.
Some of these are really pricey. They would actually work in the Jeep. Some of them are like 120, which if you get an inverter, you could actually run it in a vehicle.
272. I know 279 was out 104 to 2 on the.
I'll stick to buying them at the store fresh.
Go ahead.
fresh made. Instead of
With BNSF, whenever notified, they're on again. Arms are up, but the arms are flashing.
trying to set it up in the Jeep, right? Although that would be kind of fun to have to go take with you, like out camping and stuff. Be out there fishing, and it's like, you want a fresh Slurpee? That would blow somebody's mind, I'll tell you that much. Offered them a Slurpee out in the middle of nowhere.
7-1 clear. Herbal.
I copy 62170.
Wouldn't that be bizarre?
Code 42120.
Clear warning, just having super.
Eric can call well, they don't lock down till 11 o'clock.
3631 copy. King Super set 50. I'm sorry. 4850 East 62nd Avenue.
5,300. Oh, wow.
Avenue. 6'4" male.
Only 272 a month.
Name calling. He'll be wearing a
Wow.
plaid shirt, gray shirt underneath, and white tennis shoes.
Okay.
Okay.
I fell behind on the chat somehow. A buck 15 at the store over here.
I'm in area building 8. I'm just going to
Store
stay
1.
mobile.
It isn't at the 7-Eleven. It's at the Murphy's Express gas station. They got similar to a Slurpee. Frozen beverage. Cherry in flavor. And it's only $1.15 or so.
305 55-year-old female. Looks like we're trying to get the RP to start CPR.
They're starting CPR.
I don't know, 70 seconds different or not.
Okay, copy.
Two 737.
273, okay. 2122.
Okay, thank you.
2122.
He's definitely taking his time calling, isn't he?
Two on 6, 3 on scene, Coronado Parkway.
215 on scene, 2123. Three six three two. You can tell me about it first. I'll get back at highway 2. Copy, 2123.
Call him? Call the jail and find out why they haven't let him call? He talked to people earlier today, and he said he's going to call me tonight.
3622.
3622.
I apologize, I might have walked earlier, but I was also in and out taking supers.
Copy, 2124. 3731 Go for it, 21. 24. 4, Mesin Rochester Party at 10061 Carson Way, 161 Carson Way. 84-year-old female, she contacted being attended. Negative zero. Info only aired at 2125.
You know, I don't even know how I broke the screen on this phone. It's broken
Yeah,
two
if you're showing
places
clear
now.
from Legacy Heights, no report with the assist.
2125.
Eric might have seen a squirrel. Yeah, that's a possibility.
Walking near her garage and stumbling. When he startled her, he wandered into the street.
Okay.
Copy. Strasburg, 365 with me.
I copy 2125.
Guy stumbling into the street.
You can tell me clear UTL. No report. 26.
I guess it's better than walking aggressively.
Charlie 4, Paul 13. Can you give me a call on my next real quick? I don't have your number in the phone.
Yep.
Copy.
Yep. Stumble out of bed. Yep.
Suspicious.
Suspicious. We got a suspicious.
721 copy. Reunion Car Wash at 18324 East 104th Avenue, 18324 East 104 Avenue. RP received a call about 10 ago from a party asking if anyone was there. An ongoing issue of parties breaking into the change machine. Spartacus is going to drive by the area.
Okay.
27.
Got people stealing quarters.
Two 621, okay.
27.
Suspicious calls. Yeah. Always makes you wonder, huh?
Medical call advisable for District 3. Medicals en route 5210 Riverdale, 5210 Riverdale. On a 58-year-old male, conscious, difficulty breathing, attended, vomiting up blood. Aired at 2127.
Vomiting up blood. Oh, that don't sound good.
In
Don't
there,
sound good at all.
2128.
Suspicious minds, yes.
F110, code 6.
We're gonna have a 2-hour-long live stream.
Okay, go ahead.
Just waiting for him to call.
74 in Oneida with Adam Frank Ocean, Edward 92. Adam Frank Ocean, Edward 92.
Yeah.
Plate comes back clear current 07 Honda Accord, blue in color, out of Denver, code 6 at
Just as
2128.
bad as a welfare check and they send in SWAT. Right? I've seen that on Twitter. Police activity in the area. We're doing a welfare check. It's like, what? You need SWAT to do a welfare check these days? So a lot of people get shot. They're so-called welfare checks. Yep, notably Nova. That's a fact. Your party is waiting. Please come to the lobby, Mr. Brandt. Your party is waiting.
Good.
Table for
Copy, code 2129.
74 is ready.
2 items, 6-3 service.
Blinding lights.
Two items, 6-3 service.
Oh,
763, we're code for the still season in progress.
Copy 2130.
start it back up for a short bit. A little bit more heat in here.
Copy 2130.
Immediately, windows fog up. They finally had it in the news about all the moths that I've been encountering on the highway for the past few weeks, that they're migrating through Denver, through Colorado, basically. And there's a larger amount of them this year. That's why I have to clean my windshield so often every night. Every night that I go out, I have to clean my windshield. Like right now, it's clean. If I go out on calls and I come back, it'll be all smeared with bugs again. Yes, it's cold. Last I checked, it was 44 degrees. Probably a little bit cooler than that right now. Might have got a little bit cooler. The sun went down, so. And it wasn't heating up anything really anyway. It was behind clouds. Well, it's still 44 here.
Two.
216.
So Janet
File Park
texted
with
me,
Ocean Edward Boy 348. Ocean Edward Boy 348.
tell me that Eric wanted to come live
Just
with me
confirm
this
which
evening.
part?
And of course he didn't say a time, but she suggested 8
Mondale
o'clock.
Park off of Cottonwood Federal.
It's coming back clear on a white 06 Dodge 1500. Current registration out of Denver 2133.
Hey, Tuck.
Tack on
How you
10.
doing? We're still waiting on Eric to call.
Code 2133.
We know he's going to call, we just don't have a time. I wish he had given a time, but he didn't. So, we're just sitting and waiting.
3 Adam 65 status.
I work out for chicken hair.
That's a fact, Wendy G. Know your rights. Your basic rights.
County and standby for Tone Special Attention District 4 and a burglary in progress. County Annisburg Way in progress, 9695 Brighton Road, 9695 Brighton Road, shown to 2135.
9695 Brighton Road.
2067 route.
That's would be considered
267
Commerce City,
route,
I believe.
2135.
But no, it's Adams County. Burglary in progress.
Club chasing from the house, and then ran away eastbound Bromley. We're still trying to get addition.
What?
3 copy. 27th and Bromley.
We're gonna see something happening right
7
here.
miles.
7-1 in route, 2135.
I thought they said
Still busting
96 something.
In route, 2135.
We're gonna see the cops coming by here in a moment.
3679, copy 2135. And you snapped up on the line just for a correction. Looks like female party on that took off eastbound from the location. Male party is going to be a black male by the name of Jamal that was chasing her. He should be back on site. Female party is no longer there.
Right, that's 3 copy.
2136.
I'm not hearing a siren yet. I know that the Brighton had his siren on. You could hear it on the radio. But I'm not hearing them come this way.
Should be perfect.
2136. Wearing t-shirts and black tennis shoes.
That's in 3 hours of party.
73 hours of party at 2137.
Blacked out truck. I'll get your plate in a second.
Copy at 2137.
Well, this guy's got a black tennis shoes and a long sleeve shirt.
2721.
Just went into McDonald's.
272.
Code 70 MST.
I still don't see the cop though. And we're delayed.
11, it's going to be Colorado 10. 1606184. And I think he's trying around.
Are they talking about a
Copy,
chase
Control.
and not the
North
burglary?
Sierra Parkway, I'm shutting down.
Yeah, they're talking about a
Northbound Sierra
chase.
Parkway, shutting down at 2130.
That wasn't the burglary. The burglary's down south, like I said, on 96 Brighton Road, 96 and Brighton Road. This was a chase in Brighton, and they shut it down. They didn't make it this way.
Copy at 2130.
Seven five clear.
75 show you clear at 2138.
They gave up pretty quick, didn't they?
.360 on both cars clear. Neutral.
Is clear detail 2130.
TAC 115 is here.
we
Pierre 4093,
get to hear
4093,
brief moments of excitement on
Copy,
the
Woody.
scanner,
Channel 40.
right?
2631, I'm clear and available.
Channel 40.
It amazes me how many people run from the cops and get away. What do you guys think? I wonder why that is, that so many here in Adams County run and get away. Well, it depends on what it's for. If it's for minor,
Just for info for the other units, everybody sees that it's a red Dodge with blue headlights.
red Dodge with blue headlights. Okay. If it's just a minor traffic infraction
Red Dodge blue
type
headlights
thing,
at Channel 40.
but then the moment that they run, they're eluding, which is a separate crime, which is a more serious crime than the original traffic infraction that they committed to begin with. And many times when they run, they're in a stolen vehicle.
Right up 62, I'll start there one more.
I copy. Looks like we have a burglary about a week ago there.
Okay, from Cosmic Pedal.
Yeah, Lady
Current
Zaga, I
vehicle.
would think so too. Whether they have a warrant.
Warrant service copy is not good. Right in the road. That's how I felt.
Not taken.
So yeah, that's 96 in Brighton Road that they have the burglary at. That's a 15-minute drive, 10-15-minute drive down there. But I don't want to miss Eric's call. We got people in the parking lot here next to me now. Several vehicles.
75, you can send me the call on Miller.
Copy, sure, got it. 2143.
That was Brighton.
367 in contact with the key holder.
2144.
Somewhere over here on Miller, there's an officer. That's to the west of here. Get a bad signal over that way, though.
I'm seeing Bromley Lane checking status.
Go for it.
Copy, you go for it. 2144.
Well, somebody's on Bromley Lane, which is in front of us. Right down the street somewhere.
2144.
Yeah, 6-1, clear to report. I'll be around to cover 60.
2144. Dark blue color is long line, code 62145.
6-4, copy on with.
And 45.
3 on 4 on 2.
And 45.
This waiting and waiting and waiting. It's a good thing I have lots of patience, right?
Helpful. Also, there's been a collision, 92nd and Federal. Looks like it was headed northbound. Looks like a green sedan is leaving the scene.
That was Federal Heights. Yeah, not much happening yet until his e-calls.
All 13 caps from PL, start that way.
And we're approaching 10 o'clock, so...
From 92nd and Brian, Sam 3 to Paul 12, go ahead and go after the run car.
Federal Heights is going to chase him into Adams
Gotta
County.
catch up to it. It's going the other direction.
24, show me the accident.
Oh, it was a hit and run, sounds like.
36.
Sam 3, I'll continue north on Federal. Paul 13, if you want to stop by the crash.
Yeah, it's hit and run. I got a hit and run accident in Federal Heights. Sounds like at 92nd and Federal.
Sam 3, Paul 12, which way does this car go that took off?
It went south.
Also, I'm pretty sure it went northbound on Federal.
She said south.
Description again?
Older green sedan.
3 copy.
Didn't she say
The
south,
vehicle is
guys?
going to be at McDonald's to be contact.
McDonald's, huh?
47.
Sam 3, Charlie 4, confirm we're not looking for a run vehicle then? No, vacant vehicles at McDonald's, they're out of traffic. Sam 3 copies.
So right at the corner of 92nd and Federal is one vehicle. By the way, I didn't know that this scanner picked up Federal Heights on the same trunk until one night that I was watching it. I looked at it and I was like,
24, should have 2 occupants in the vehicle, guy, bro.
wow, that's Federal Heights.
Also, that's a front driver with a male. Appeared to be Hispanic or white.
Oh, that was cutting out.
I'm out with it. behind 7-Eleven North. I got a party bleeding. If I can get another cover car here.
It's still Federal Heights.
10-3 copy. 12 copy.
7-Eleven. Where's the 7-Eleven there? A block up from 92nd, maybe?
I copy. I'll be out with Sam's right here in a second.
So they got a party bleeding behind the 7-Eleven?
Coming on 10-11.
Wonder if that's the blonde that we met down there in Federal Heights that's talking on there right now.
Go for it.
50.
You guys remember from the blonde from the King Soopers parking lot?
All 12 copy, please.
Sounds like you had a good dinner, Too Tall Rob. I thought you were eating chicken wings.
All 12, Adam Frank Sam Henry 94. Adam Frank Sam Henry 94. Occupied by at least 2. Clearing a 93 Toyota Corolla green out of Northland.
Sounds like they got their green vehicle.
113 down.
All 13.
That was Sam 3.
Thank you.
Did they call for an ambulance for that person bleeding? I don't think they did they? 95th and Federal. Okay.
Please,
2052.
So 3 blocks north of 92nd. I didn't hear him call for an ambulance, though, for medical. Yeah, undercover car.
3631
Definitely. That was kind of odd that they would call for an undercover.
Code for 1252.
Yep, just recording. Yep. That helps. All right, we're approaching that 10 o'clock mark. He should, if he isn't calling at 10, I don't know what the hell's going on, unless he's locked down.
Yeah,
Cat step? No.
Jennifer, have medical come in from 96th Avenue, and then they can come east on the road just on the east side of 7-Eleven.
There's a call for medical finally.
Copy 2052.
Took him long enough. Oh, slight buffer spot there. I had to reconnect.
2153.
Dude, just let me get to the center. Look at my phone.
2153.
Can you reclassify a verbal disturbance break?
Oh, yeah.
Clear all units except myself for notes.
Okay, 2154.
This is Brighton.
Absolutely ask her to give me a call regarding another unattended. Thank you, 2154.
Isn't Brighton going to tell us where it's at?
Simply let me know when you can list the party on the card and see if you can find a DOR on them.
Okay, go ahead.
The party's last name is Salazar, first of Matthew, 1221 of 86.
That's Federal Heights. That's the parties they have stopped.
And so I do have a DOR on that party. DOR status is going to be revoked for 2 refusals. He is going to have a non-extraditable warrant out of Sterling.
3 copy. What's the physical on the party?
I have 6-1-260 Brown over Brown, middle of Michael.
Yeah, 3 copy. Can you print that up for now?
That's fine.
I wonder if he's given a false name. Cop didn't believe who he was or is. Yeah, non-extraditable.
Do you want to just go ahead and check Black Rock?
Non-extraditable warrant.
Hey, sir. Highway 25 and Highway 36.
2156.
So is Adams County there. Come on, what's this disturbance up here in Brighton? I think they switched to another channel on Brighton. And it's not covered by the scanner. Which really sucks.
After you just confirmed the plate that Paul 12 gave you on his car, does not come back to the guy I just cleared?
Negative. It comes back to a female party. But the same address.
Yeah, 3 copies.
Roommate or something.
2156.
But he doesn't have a driver's license. He's revoked. They're gonna probably take him in anyway. All right, we're approaching the 10 o'clock mark.
Code 4.
Code 4, 1257.
Your backpack looks like the Frankenstein monster. Yeah. We're still waiting, Dizzy. We're approaching 2 hours waiting now for him to call. I'm going to have a talk with him about his call times. You know, like when he says he's going to call, that I have a actual time that he's going to call.
5400 block of Highway 85 with Adam Frank Sam Charles 06. Adam Frank Sam Charles 06.
We're waiting for Eric to call. They locked down at 11, so it has to be soon.
Police on Sackler, current 09 Chevy Tahoe, Blessing, Colorado, Denver, 56 at 2150. And TAC 110, he just took off me, red the light at 64 and Highway 2, continuing northbound. I terminated at 64.
She chased him for 2 blocks. Oh my God.
Vehicle continues northbound, you can terminate at 2159.
Yeah, he's in jail. Eric Brandt.
Negative here for leading, please.
Eric Brandt's in jail. That's who we're waiting on a phone call from.
094 4094. Copy. 2159.
Hey, Jess, what kind of vehicle was it?
Yeah, HB 111. That's a fact.
There's a black Tahoe. License plate Adam Frank Sam Charles 06.
Okay.
So Commerce City chased the vehicle for 2 blocks and gave up. They're on a stretch right there at Highway 2. There ain't a whole lot there.
Sam 3 to Paul 13, just for information reference the vehicle here. 711, I'm starting to tow sheet on it. Copy, already started. Okay, copy. If you want to keep working on that, then that's fine. Sam 3 Charlie 4, do you need any assistance down there at all? That's a negative.
There it is.
This is a free call from an inmate at Jefferson County Sheriff Detention. This call is subject to recording and monitoring. How about you to accept this free call? Thank you for using Securus. You may start the conversation now.
Greetings. Happy Fuck the Cops Day.
Happy Fuck the Cops Day. We were expecting you to call earlier.
I had to do some work.
We've been live streaming for 2 hours waiting for you to call.
Oh, I had to do some work with some people transcribing to court appearances for me and trying to work on some bond stuff. So.
Yeah. See if I can get a better sound there. Turn that around. Hopefully that's better. So, what's on your mind tonight?
Well, not much. Just it's time for me to come home.
Yeah?
That's on my mind. Yeah.
You're wanting to get out of the jail, you're saying.
Yeah, I'm finally asking for that. Yes.
Yeah. What all took place in your court the other day for all of that when they...
The judge decided that I was already guilty until proven innocent and that he wasn't inclined to do much but kick it down the road a little bit.
Yeah. So you have another hearing on June 4th, is that right?
I have another hearing on Friday.
I meant from him.
Yeah, this one's on Friday.
This Friday? In
Yeah.
front of him? Nice.
In front of Japansky in Adams County, yep.
Okay. Nice. So hopefully they'll do something by then.
I think it's extraordinarily likely that he'll reinstate the $20,000 bond.
Right.
If
So
he does
you don't even...
that, then we're going to ask. Yeah.
Yeah, if that one...
He doesn't appear to be inclined to go lower than that, but then again, where he says that he's got a pretty good overview of what's going on here, he actually doesn't have a very good overview. He has a snapshot that was taken 6 months ago through a set of crosshairs through a sighting scope that doesn't really show the whole picture.
Right.
So several of the cases that are on that list, as a matter of fact, are not even inactive anymore.
Right.
Right? Several felonies aren't there anymore, as a matter of fact. So he doesn't have a whole picture. We're going to give him a better picture. We're going to file another motion for all night.
So if he reinstates that, we don't even have to raise that money.
Yeah, no, he can't reinstate he can't reuse the bond. The bond certificate was canceled when it was judged against a few months ago.
Oh, yeah, when you were sitting in jail.
But it doesn't reinstate the certificate. You'd have to write a new certificate, which would mean a new bond.
Right. But she's not forfeiting the money because you were sitting in jail.
No, I've never forfeited a bond. Yeah.
Yeah. They're not going to penalize her for that.
Use that certificate. Yeah, people don't understand bonds because they don't read the law very well. But because I was in custody and it was through no fault of my own, she's not liable for that.
Right.
So, but because it took me 5 months to get this issue resolved, which I don't even call it resolved now, but in the meantime, the certificate became dead.
Right.
So the consent of surety that she was giving was for a certificate that's no longer usable.
Right. But she is consenting
so, right now the bond amount is $50,000, which would be a new $50,000 certificate. And for some reason, the prosecutor hasn't figured out that my spending 5 months trying to reinstate a bond is grounds to invoke the Victims' Rights Act and talk to the people whose office are right down the hallway. Yeah, I just didn't get how they couldn't possibly have believed that question was coming up since I've been begging for it for 5 months. But anyway, I'm pretty sure I gave him a reasonable fuck you on the court the other day. But hopefully he'll at least go back down to the 20,000. He didn't seem inclined to go lower than that, but I think we can talk him into, if not lower than that, to at least set it as a cash-only bond so we can get the money back. If he sets it at a $2,000 cash-only bond, then we don't lose $2,000 again.
Right. Okay, I have a couple questions.
Yeah.
Okay, one person had asked if they can post on the Real Mr. Brandt channel to drive people to Free Eric Brandt on YouTube so you can post current updates there.
I have no control over any of that now.
So I assume Liberty has control of that at this point?
Then I would ask Liberty to do anything there.
I don't know who has control.
I am no longer a publisher.
Right. So I don't know who has control.
Well, there are people that have control, but it's just I'm no longer a publisher.
Okay. But do you give your permission for that to happen is the question.
I'm not going to ask for permission for that to happen. I'm not going to publish again.
No. For somebody else to publish on your channel, to push them to the other channel to do updates.
I think that if I were to give permission to do that, then I would be publishing, so I don't have an opinion on that.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. Now, there was another person that asked me much earlier. Let's see if I can bring up their name. They'd asked me if you had gotten their mail, and that was from Vet Tech Kimmy.
I got that this morning, as a matter of fact, and I was on my list to call Andrew tomorrow.
Okay.
So yes, I would like to speak with you. Thank you. I did get your letter. I received it this morning.
Okay, so you got the letter. Cool. Yeah, I hear you, Lady Zaga. Lady Zaga's right here.
Hi, Lady Zaga.
Caterpillar's right here.
So you can tell Caterpillar that I signed paperwork for her to get my medical record, and they told me that they'd have to take the money out of my account, my commissary account. They haven't done that yet. That was almost 3 weeks ago. So I think that the facility needs a call flood to remind them that forcing people to wait 30 days for something that's very simple is probably not the wisest thing for them to do, and that it might be cheaper for them to just produce it than to answer on field all those phone calls telling them to produce it.
Right.
I'm just saying.
Right.
I know if I were out there and I weren't silenced like they have silenced me, I would be making those calls.
Caterpillar said she paid.
She did?
And yeah, she said she already paid.
Oh, because they told me they were going to take it out of my commissary account, so maybe she has it already then.
So they're trying to double charge?
I don't know. They asked me if I took it out of my account, they could mail it to her. Otherwise, if she paid, then she'd have to come here to get it. So rather than make her travel to a facility that's so contaminated that even when I had to go to the bathroom the other day in court, where I'm up on the 7th floor next to a telephone waiting for them to call me for an hour and a half, I had to go to the bathroom. Rather than use one of the dozens of bathrooms that are right here on that floor, they literally sent me all the way back to my housing unit in another building to use my own bathroom. That's how contaminated this place is. So I didn't want her to have to come here.
They have nobody cleaning the place?
They're all running around up there in chicken suits and everything. It's all quarantined up there.
Chicken suits? Oh, space suits? Did they got the Kevlar suits with the masks and the booties and the gloves and everything?
I don't think it's Kevlar. It's probably Tyvek.
Or Tyvek. Yeah, that's the word I was thinking. Tyvek. Yes.
Yeah, they look awfully Tyvek-y to me.
Do you think they finally learned their lesson?
They're wearing masks now, I can tell you that. They've been pretty good about it this week.
Do you think they're worried? Or now are worried about the fact that they should have been...
It's funny that a month and a half ago I was worried about people's health, and they were really hard on me for that.
Yeah.
Tried to remove me from the program, tried to be all backhanded, and all it took was a few tests and 150 inmates in isolation. Who knew? Who knew that it would be that simple?
150 now?
Oh, I don't know the exact number.
You don't know?
It's pretty bad.
Yeah. Yeah. So, how's the one that's behind the glass? Is she still doing her little arm thing at you? Or is she wearing her mask now?
She's wearing her mask now.
She is, huh?
Yeah.
You think she's worried now?
Yeah, she didn't wear it on Wednesday. That was the first day of her shift. She works 3 days. And I put in another grievance. I said, I said, why don't you ask the 2 dead inmates what happens when you don't wear masks? Oh, you can't ask the 2 dead inmates. You'll just have to ask the 107 of them that you have in isolation. How about the words deliberate indifference, reckless endangerment, and attempted negligent homicide? Do those words ring a bell? Why don't you forward those words to your attorney?
Yep.
Since you wore a fucking mask for the rest of the week.
Hold on a second here. Okay, Caterpillar says they said Eric had to still sign a release, so she paid and was waiting to hear back. And please ask Eric who was the man in court demanding Eric's release.
Who was the what?
The man in court demanding your release.
I don't know. Nobody I could hear.
Yeah, it might have been on the stream that she was listening to, not in the court. So that might have been what she was hearing.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that if they're still dicking her around on those records, I signed that release 3 weeks ago. Then I think that she needs some help from you guys to get those records released.
Yeah. So 3 weeks ago you signed it, and they're giving her the runaround.
Yep.
Too Tall Rob says, tell Eric he better be out of jail before he comes to town making the pulled pork.
Well, when is he coming to town?
Well, he was just here last week, and then I don't know when his return is going to be.
Well, right now we're looking at $65,000 to get me out.
Well,
and
some
I'm
of it...
actually asking for that. I'm asking for a 3-month loan of $65,000 because by August we will probably have these cases terminated one way or the other, and I'll either be in a veterans program where I can go to law school, or I'll be in prison, one of the two. So either way, the bonds will probably be released in August.
Yeah. That is a possibility.
I think that's the probability. So.
Okay, what's the status on the cash-only bonds that came out of Denver? The ones that were paid.
You what?
The ones that were paid. And then they kept throwing you back in.
Everybody that wanted their money back has had their money returned to them.
Okay. So those ones were revoked, and that's the $5,000 ones now that are on there.
So those are showing as $100 bonds on the court paperwork that I have. So I actually need my lawyer to look into that. $5,000 cash-only bond for disorderly conduct is absolutely astronomically outrageous. So if the court doesn't set that as a PR bond, then I think we need to file a habeas corpus on that one.
Yeah, that would be definitely a good one to file that on, but they've suspended that while the courts are closed. Of course, now the courts are reopening, sort of.
Well, still, the fact is that charge, the one charge for saying, oh God, that fucking bitch is still working here at the police administration building that day. Disorderly conduct, they couldn't possibly win that case even with the best jury. They couldn't possibly survive appeal even if they won that. And at the end of the day, I've already served the maximum sentence. The maximum fine is only $750. Why did I got a $5,000 cash-only bond on it? That's for after it.
Well, yeah, but they've been putting high bonds on you throughout the period of the last year.
It's a petty offense.
I mean, look at look at Jefferson County, for
High
instance.
bonds is one thing, but $5,000 cash only bond on a petty offense is fucking ridiculous.
Yes, it is. That's pretty much unheard of.
It is actually probably unheard of. It's probably the first time they've ever done it.
Yes. I told you needed to
You
do
have
something.
1 minute left.
You what?
I told you that you needed to do something about them setting them high bonds on you, and you said you had bigger fish to fry at the time.
Did I what?
Nothing.
You got to repeat the whole sentence because I didn't get all the words.
It wasn't important. Anyways, you're gonna call us back, right?
I'll call you back.
Okay, sounds good. So, quick question. Eric has an attorney last name. What's your Poland or sounds like Poland for attorney name?
Poland is my misdemeanor attorney here in Jeffco. Kelland is my felony attorney.
Kelland. Kelland is the felony attorney. Okay.
He's also the attorney that's assigned to Adams County.
Yeah. Okay. So he's covering 2 different cases then.
Thank you for using Securus. Goodbye.
Okay. He'll call back.
Copy. Vehicles now unoccupied, and that plate comes back clear current. Clear expired 2010 Ford F-150 white car, Reader City.
Address, please.
9492 East 109th Place, 9492 109th Place.
Copy, thank you.
216.
This is a free call from
Eric Brandt.
an inmate at Jefferson County Sheriff Detention. This call is subject to recording and monitoring. Tell us to accept this free call. Thank you for using Securus. You may start the conversation now.
Greetings. Happy Fuck the Cop Day.
Happy Fuck the Cops Day.
Hey, finish this phrase. Blue lives.
Murder.
Oh.
Oh, I knew
That's
it.
a better one.
Wasn't I supposed to know that?
Yeah. Yeah, they've been making shirts and pins and shit with it.
Really?
Yes, Blue Lives Splatter.
Oh, splatter.
Hey, do you want to hear my new post-coronavirus pickup line that I can't wait to try when I get out?
What's that?
There's a curve in my pants, and it's not flattening.
Okay.
I can't claim credit for that. I heard it on NPR.
Huh. Wow. Won't let me sign into Securus to add more funds while we're talking.
Oh, I dialed you directly because people have been adding money to my phone, which I appreciate. Please keep doing that. I've been going through a lot of phone money lately, trying to drum up and fix bond issues. We should expect the Jefferson County records to start correcting this week because I've requested for them to adjust their records, and so they'll be running me this week.
Yeah.
Fixing all those, and a couple of those may change. This is what my actual reasonable expectation is that we'll ultimately need to raise about $55,000.
Would that be cash or just some of them would be the 10% for?
That's going to be about $45,000 in cash and about $10,000 that we're going to lose. Yeah.
So 45,000. Well, that sounds better than 65,000 already.
Well, it's $45,000 in cash that we'll get back, and then $10,000 that we'll pay a bondsman and not get back.
Right.
Is what my
And 35.
That's like
35,000 of that is the case that it took you in for the hold you in Jefferson County to begin with there.
that's right. Yeah.
And he won't lower that, huh?
He wants to wait and see what the Adams County judge does first.
So it's possible he could lower it.
It's possible, but again, they just keep kicking me down the street. Remember, I told you guys I had a dream. It's coming true right now. In the dream, I was in a cell by myself. It was all dark and black, and nobody would come by forever and ever and ever. And then finally somebody comes by, and I asked if I was ever going to get to see a judge or what my bond was, and then the whole hallway just erupts in cacophonous laughter, and it stays that way forever. That was the dream that I had.
Oh.
Right now, that's what's happening. Every time we bring up the bond question, they kick it another 3 weeks down the road. They kick it another 3 months down the road. Oh, yeah, we'll consider that in a few months. So, I only set that bond at that rate because I already knew that he wasn't going to be able to get out on any of the others. I've got a pretty good overview of what's going on here, and he's guilty as fuck, and I'm going to fuck his life over. So, yeah, I'll be nice and reconsider it down the road. But it's actually really important if I'm going to get into veterans court that I get out of jail now and to have good time on the outside in order to encourage the court to put me in that program.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's actually at this point, and I've gotten 3 felonies off my caseload now. The snapshot that judge has is a snapshot that was taken months ago.
Right.
I've gone from 30 cases to 17 cases.
Right.
Most of them in my favor. 3 of them felonies.
Yep.
That one was an Alfred plea. Obviously, if they can send you up the river for 5 years, easy on a police assault.
Yeah.
And that trial was supposed to be last week, but now it's not going to be for another 6 months. I couldn't endure the damage anymore. I had to take a deal. I offered them obscene gesture, and they took it. That means they knew they didn't have an assault charge. So that's good, right? Those are things that help. So when that bond was set, the conditions were very different than they are now. And that's why I sent out that pie chart, because this judge is looking at me through a crosshairs, through a sight glass that the prosecution has given him. And I think it's really important that we send letters in to Matt Kellen for this judge and for Judge Munch to show them that the picture looks very different than the snapshot they've been given.
Yeah.
6 months ago, this parent of veterans court with a law degree program was not there. It is now. That's a really good incentive. 6 months ago, I might have still believed a little bit in the First Amendment. Now I don't. I'm not going to. You win. You silence me. I'll shut up.
Right.
I'll shut up.
Yeah. They have.
Of course, they would have been better off with my mouth, because now that I'm going to go to law school, now they're really going to be fun.
Yeah, that could very well be. That's a fact.
Oh, no, it's not very well. I'm not going to tell them what my plans are. They're just going to get fucking slapped in the face with so many goddamn paper cuts. They're going to die from disease, from the festering wounds. That's what's going to happen. They're going to say things like, remember the good old days when all we had to deal with was Eric Brandt's mouth and his fucking flashlight?
And a sign. Don't forget the sign.
Yeah, right, yeah. And they could be like, oh, now people be putting these red and green dots on their chest and we're not liking it. Maybe we could ask Eric Brandt to come back. Sorry, bitches. Sorry, so I ain't coming back.
How many lawsuits do you have filed now since you've been in Jefferson there?
I think I filed 5 of them.
5?
And I anticipate that a couple of those suits, the Inavity, especially the Morgan County suits, and my Chavez lawsuit, I think that those will probably result in reasonable settlements by August as well. So.
Right. And you haven't even filed all of them that you need to. You haven't filed, Netherland? You haven't filed, I can't remember all of them. But
We're still trying to decide our strategy on Netherlands. We could file against Netherlands alone. They'd settle very quickly because they don't have the resources to do much with that, and it's a slam dunk. But really, the Boulder County Sheriff has a major part to play in that, and a much bigger purse, but Boulder County will fight us tooth and nail. So we haven't decided if we're going to go with the quick resolve or the big resolve.
Yeah.
But we do have a pretty good claim against Boulder County. And there's a really reasonably good chance that they might do what Brush did, and Netherlands might want to settle their part of it and leave Boulder County out dry to settle their own later and fight that. So I don't know. We haven't decided how we're going to file that one yet, but the most time-pressing ones are the Morgan or the Elder County ones. Those have to be filed, and I really have to get out and use the typewriter to do that. I'm not being very effective in here without it.
Yeah.
This my introspective retreat at the luxurious Jefferson County Detention Center has run its logical course.
Have you heard anything about your typewriter yet?
Oh,
Yeah.
no, I haven't. I haven't heard anything about him.
Really?
Maybe somebody should set up a visit with him.
Huh. That's kind of odd that you haven't heard anything.
I don't know why you would think that's odd.
Well, you'd think you'd hear something from somewhere.
Not if he got sent to Max, I wouldn't. They
That-
allow inmate communication. Maybe somebody should set up a visit with Christopher James Kahn. Should set up a video visit with him. I'm sure he'd very much appreciate that.
Probably would. Probably would. So anything else you got on your mind tonight?
No, that's all I got on my mind tonight.
Really?
Yeah.
So how's it been lately in there? A little
Well, there's almost nobody in here. We're down to like 20 people.
that's your pod, right? That you're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, we were on restricted movement status until yesterday. When they took our signs down. So we stayed reasonably healthy up here.
Well, forcing them to give you masks might have had something to do with that. What do you think?
I think it did have something to do with that. I think it's hysterical that they tried 2 different ways to backdoor me out of this program for that too. Oh, my Denver sentence. Remember, I got sentenced in Denver for 5 months
Yeah.
over the public defender case. As of the 20th of this month, that sentence has been served.
Yeah, I know that.
Okay.
We all know that. You're bondable right now.
I am bondable. I was bondable then because I had a $100 appeal bond. I am bondable right now. By the way, I'm asking you guys to please start raising the money for that because I really need to be out of here within the next 2 weeks.
Now, the only thing that was showing last I looked was a pretrial hold, but that was over the GPS thing. So we already know what that's about.
Well, you're going to see that change a little bit here because they're going to update and correct some of those records. And then hopefully this week, some of those others. I think that there's a good chance that Elbert County bonds will go away. There's a good chance that the Denver misdemeanor and general sessions bonds will pretty much drop away.
Yeah. By the way, were you ever appeared for the Denver ones, advised of your charges, an arraignment? I mean, they put a $5,000 cash bond on you for several charges there, but were you given an arraignment?
That's the 2 misdemeanor cases, and I don't know what.
I was wondering if you were ever given an arraignment.
Are you saying there's 2 cases in Denver?
Well, there's more than 2 cases, I believe, but they had
New case arraignment $5,000. That would be all news to me.
hang on a second here. Let me look it up here. Let me see what charges they have listed on you on it right now.
If they're 19N cases, then that's the cases that I need Catherine Hartigan to figure out why they upped the bond from $100 to $5,000.
Right.
That would be the capital case that I had with Alan Moody, and the oh god, that fucking bitch is still working here case that I had with Meth Mouth at the police administration building. You remember the fucking bitch Beverly Rodriguez that had just flipped me off on camera a couple weeks earlier? That's not disorderly conduct. But if I tell one of my colleagues, if I refer to her as that fucking bitch is still working here, not that she would know who I'm talking about. She would have to know the relationship for her to realize that was her, right? She would have to acknowledge that she's the fucking bitch because there were 3 women in there.
Yeah.
Oh. So they kind of admit that there's a bias right there. That's the one where the body camera footage has the lieutenant saying, can't we just charge him with being a jackass in public? Well, they spend an hour trying to figure out what they can charge me with. And then the city attorney goes to charge me with disorderly conduct. That means that that was the district attorney. That means that I'm suing the district attorney over that because they certainly should have known better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Caterpillar's asking.
That's what that disorderly conduct. Who the fuck puts a $5,000 cash only bond on a disorderly conduct charge, for fuck's sake?
Exactly. Caterpillar's asking 35 or 50,000.
Pay for that. Yeah, you guys want to do a call to Judge Olympia Z. Fay and ask her what the fuck is wrong with you? $5,000 on a petty offense, disturbing the peace? Yeah, you can communicate with her.
Yeah.
You bet you can.
My phone isn't letting me bring it up to find out the charges. So we're on 13 minutes of this call right now.
So anyway, these things what they're showing on the computer and what I know are two different things. So we're trying to get that adjusted. So just please, if you would, just start generating the pool, because I don't think it's going to be any lower than $45,000, and I think it's going to land somewhere around $55,000.
Okay.
And I'm asking for a 3-month loan to do that.
Yep.
The probability that those would be returned in August timeframe is practically certain.
Okay. That sounds good.
The more cash we generate and the less we have to put a bond in the bank.
Yeah. Yep.
We'll know more on Friday, but again, I just judging from how these judges are responding, I'm saying that we're going to be in the $45,000 to $55,000 range.
Could be. I wish they'd get off this cash only kick, though, because that's ridiculous.
Well, the cash only is not bad, because at least we get that back, right?
You have 1 minute left.
Right.
Any cash only, you know.
You get it back, but it's always a large amount. That's the issue. The cash only should be lower than a surety.
Well, essentially, what you're looking at when you're looking at $100,000 in cash only bonds, that's essentially like having $1 million bond.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I said it should be lower.
Nobody gets those. They just let that guy out in Aurora that very day after he shot that guy in the chest at Waffle House over a match.
Yeah.
And he was out that very day on a $100,000 bond.
Yeah. And then Caterpillar saying their friend was arrested on Friday, charged with 2 Class 4 felonies plus gun charges, and was released the next day out of Denver jail.
Really? Where at? Here in Jeffco?
In Denver.
In Denver, yeah. So,
Thank you for using Secure. Goodbye.
Call me back. On my dime. Damn it. My internet is not working here. Oh, now it's working. The phone call was taking up the bandwidth, apparently. So I couldn't look up anything at the same time.
Clear current 08 Toyota Sedan white color out of Aurora.
Julie.
Clear 2233.
Okay, its current listings for bonds is the $35,000 in Jefferson County. $100 failure to appear.
Good.
Denver.
Just Ranzo, female hatchback on the line, yelling stop to someone in the background and saying she just needs to go back to California with her family.
$50,000 cash surety. That's the Adams County one he's trying to deal with to get it dropped back down.
2233.
A $5,000 cash bond on a disorderly conduct out of Denver. $5,000 cash bond, public building impede official. So there's $10,000, 2 of them out of Denver. A $5,000 cash only bond for disorderly conduct is ridiculous. We got a $5,000 personal recognizance bond for FTC public service attempt to influence already. So he's on a PR bond. That's Adams County. And he was going to sign that one. He did talk about that one on the thing. And FTC prob harassment, $1,500 cash surety. Oops. Yeah. And that's probably the El Paso one that he was talking about. So we're looking at $10,000 out of Denver plus 100 out of Denver. 10,100 out of Denver. 20,000 surety out of Adams, and then it's the $35,000 cash bond out of
address with call history.
Jefferson County. That's the big one that's still on there, and that would be it. A $1,500 one. So 35, 45, not even 50,000 if the other one goes back to a surety. But you still gotta raise part of that unless she reinstates it just because. But I don't know if she will or not. She might need $5,000 down for that one. But a $5,000 cash bond on a disorderly conduct is completely unreasonable. So we should be contacting Denver and asking them what the hell are they thinking? $5,000 on a disorderly conduct. You know, that's intentionally messing with the person. Doesn't sound like Eric's gonna call us back though. I think he was done.
We're gonna be code 5.
2622 or code 445.
He got a PR bond? Oh my God. That's wild. With weapons charges. So yeah, we need to definitely talk with Denver over this, you know, $5,000 cash bond, cash only bond for disorderly conduct, and then a $5,000 off of the other one. Public building impede official employee. So that's beyond what the penalty is by far. And those were put onto him when he was in Jeffco, which is the cases that he couldn't be sent to Denver for.
Red Jeep, no plate.
Jefferson County didn't send him over to Denver, and that's why he has these bonds on him. These are older cases. 19M06522. That was a 2019 case. And 19M05484. That's a Denver 2019 case. These are both misdemeanor cases. And they're wanting $10,000 bonds, $5,000 each. So, you know, WTF, you know, $5,000 cash bond on a misdemeanor. So the other big one, of course, is Jeffco. I don't think we're going to be able to get that one changed off of $35,000. It'd be nice if they could. Because that's still unreasonable, too.
James Carmen out of Denver.
Okay, I'll be on at 90.
So other than that, everything else looks pretty obtainable. One's a PR bond already. One's a cash or surety. That's only $150 right there. The two $10,000 cash bonds. That's the one on top of the $35,000. So it's at $45,000, and then some, a little bit of change. As long as you can get that one reinstated for Adams County back down to $20,000. But that's $2,000 to have that reinstated, not $5,000. I misspoke that one earlier. So it's $2,000 if it goes back down to $20,000.
Harvey's concerned because she had an evasion earlier this
And that was the witness victim
week.
retaliation. That one was the one where he had the dinner out there on the street, I believe. I think that's the case for that one.
2239.
So, all right, guys, you heard it all from what he could tell me. Exactly, Caterpillar. Exactly. They want to hold Eric in for a $5,000 cash bond on a misdemeanor. They're letting people with felonies out on PR bonds.
Go ahead.
Are you code 4 for medical, or do you want them to...
By the way, there's over 500 tested or presumptive positive in Denver jail.
Copy, I live in 2239.
Over 500. That's even worse than Jeffco. By far. So they know that it's that bad in their jail that they don't want to put people in it.
Can I get a CR for protection order violation?
Anybody else have any other questions? Of course, we can't ask Eric now, but he's not on the line.
3631 CR 4095 4095.
No more questions?
3721 been
Oh, Sterling definitely's got COVID. Sterling's pretty bad as well. It's all gonna boil down to his next hearing, as if the 50,000 gets dropped to a $20,000 surety, which would be a $2,000 cash one. And if they're gonna work with him on the Denver ones or not. Wendy, that isn't all why we're seeing all the high-speed chases. No, not 10% of 50,000, because one's a $35,000 cash only bond. So it isn't 10% of that. It's 35,000 cash only on the one.
Just a Hispanic male.
So you can't do a 10% on that one. If we can get Denver to drop theirs down, it won't be as bad. So we're looking at 35, 37, 47, 48, just under 50,000 at this point to get them out, because the two $5,000 cash only bonds in Denver.
Clear.
That's what we'll be sitting at if that one gets dropped down to 20,000.
Block of Denver.
And hopefully we can get Denver to change their mind about their cash only bond. How you doing, Wobbly Boost?
2241.
Well, that's why I showed up at the call for Brighton the other night. The guy stealing the flag with the pole and all. I wanted to see who was dumb enough to be stealing during a pandemic, that they would essentially be playing Russian roulette, being put into jail over a flag, with the jails having the COVID in it. They never did catch up with that guy, though, and I didn't go live for it. So I didn't actually record anything because they didn't have anything to record.
Westbound I-76, Sable, Silver, Chief, Cherokee, Delaware.
Has the judge registered with FARA? I don't know. I couldn't tell you that. We don't need government at all? Well, you never know, I guess. We could do with less government, that's for sure. Obviously, they got too much time on their hands. But they think they need to put $5,000 cash only bonds
273
on a disorderly conduct.
273.
They ignored it to death.
Dawson at the gas station. The code 8 vehicle break.
Go ahead.
A code 8. What's a code 8?
Contact email right up at 88 and Dawson. Keep you associated.
What's a code 8?
Description.
716 Victor Robert Lincoln.
Thank you. 2244.
58 in Washington.
2244.
Let's see what it says. Code 8. In service? What's the game plan now? Well, we'll see if we can't raise some money to get them out. That's about all we can do. Yeah, code 8 should be in service. Okay. When did you plan on coming back to Denver, Too Tall? When's the pulled pork?
273.
273.
Person's not associated with that vehicle is moving.
Copy, do you want me to send out the confirmation?
No, we'll be following it. We're southbound Dawson.
I copy,
For
sounds
tonight?
Dawson.
Are we chasing calls? Probably not too much, Too Tall Rob. We've already been sitting here for 3 hours
Copy, going in at 8750.
just to do the Eric calls. And it's pretty cold out tonight.
That is correct, sir.
But hey, if something comes up while we're sitting here, we might still go to it.
Victor Robert Lincoln. Confirm that's on a Cody vehicle.
Yes, from Code 8. Looks like a Toyota RAV out of Denver.
But it sounds like just the standard stops going on at this point.
Okay, 2 event one.
10 point.
Well, thank you, Caterpillar.
369 area.
2247.
What's the PayPal for Eric? That's what we were trying to get established. The
Persons.
updates and stuff. You need to go to a specific spot, and I don't know what it is yet.
Go ahead.
11905, he's on our 19th place.
Look up Free Eric Brandt on YouTube, and that might point you to where you need to be.
To contact the RO of a 2007 blue Honda Civic license plate Sam Ocean Mary 703 break.
Yep.
Denver had a call about 20 minutes ago in the area of 4609. RP described this vehicle and plate. It sounded like somebody was in the vehicle hitting a female. Just want to see if the RO knows where their vehicle is at and just call this officer with the disposition.
Okay.
2240.
I sent a text out to find out.
62, okay.
60 copy, 2240.
At this moment, it still needs to be lowered in Adams County before he could get out, and that he has a hearing later this week. He says on Friday, I think he said. That don't sound right though. I could have swore he said that the judge said June 4th, and
85 checking status.
is the 4th coming up this week?
2248.
This weekend? I don't have a calendar in front of me. Let me see if this phone has a calendar.
Outside of 8750 Dawson. 2248.
Tools.
2248.
I don't think I have a calendar on here.
Should be clear on the report.
All right, let's see what we got here.
Paul 13, I'll be clear on this. There's no report.
What is today's date?
The
5th is next Friday? So we're talking Thursday that he has a hearing, or is it Friday? I'm not sure which. So if that goes well and it gets taken down from a 50,000 back down to a 20,000, and it's a surety, then it's only $2,000 for that one. Today's the 24th.
563, what's the text on the check will be?
Then we're talking 2 weeks from now.
RP advised that there is a female party at EB Rains Park that appeared to be crying. RP's no longer on scene.
Okay, I'll head that way. 6-4, okay.
If today's only the 24th,
Copy, I'll show you both en route.
29th
RP advised it
is
is
Friday,
white
and it's a
female,
week
young to
following
mid-20s, dark hair, unknown clothing description.
that. Yeah, Caterpillar. That's always the question, isn't it? But until he hits that hearing, it's still at 50,000, which is a 5,000 instead of a 2,000 to get him out. So that's the difference between $3,000 at this point. So if the people tried to get him out right now, it'd be 3,000 higher than it would be if he went to the court on the. Well, he says Friday. I don't think that's right. I think it's the following Friday.
One adult male, ACF.
Copy, 2251.
He does have court on Friday for bond reduction. For which court, though? He needs one for Denver. He needs a hearing in Denver is what he needs. To get the bond reduction in there.
6-1 area.
529. Okay. Okay, for Adams. Okay. We need to get his bond reduced in Denver, though. That's $10,000 right there. That can be reduced down to $100 or whatever, you know. You're talking about a disorderly. 2 misdemeanors. $10,000 in Denver, cash only. If we can do something about that, it'd be a lot lower. They're combining Jefferson and Adams. Oh, that might work out good. It might not end up being a cash only bond then. If it turns into a surety, that would bring it way down. If it brings it together at $20,000 or something. Oh, that'd be nice, Wendy, but you know that isn't going to happen. I'm glad you popped in, Otto. Where do we find the update channel that we can keep up to date on all this?
220 copy. You can look total.
Hi, copy code 1 listed 2253.
Free Eric Brandt on YouTube. Same judge for what, Caterpillar? Well, the free Eric Brandt part, somebody had texted me about doing that, but I don't know for a fact that's where we find it yet. You know, I don't know if it's been started yet or what. I didn't have any real info on it. They wanted permission to broadcast on Eric's channel.
All the way to Washington. I'm sorry, 120. I'm going to break for a code 6. No blackout vehicle, no plates. Community center in Valley.
That's North Glen.
Copy, it's code 6 at 2254.
Okay, guys. Should we call it the end of the stream? We have all the information that we can get at this point.
Copy, 2255.
Oh, there we go. Somebody got the channel. Otto brought it.
2255.
Otto brought up the channel. Nice. So there's where you can get updates.
205, code for 2255.
Yeah, he did, Caterpillar. He did. He usually is respectful to judges.
Do you send your phone message?
Okay.
2256. Two and parking lane 4.
Okay. When you're in clear.
2256.
I couldn't tell you that, Lady Zaga. It's because it's wouldn't be their channel, it'd be Eric's channel. I have no idea who has the control of Eric's channel.
The 2007 blue Honda Civic, license plate Sam Ocean Mary 703.
Liberty Freak has it. I thought he did, but you know, I can't be sure. I have no idea who has control of what.
Apologies, you were low volume. Go again.
I could only assume that he did.
Give me that part complete.
I copy. 2257.
So they're organizing on the one channel that the Auto posted. To help get Eric out. If he can get everything straight in the courts and his bonds can get reduced, it's a doable thing
361 Sam.
with just raising money. And hopefully they won't hit him with any more crap to try to keep him in.
Adam Queen John 62.
But it'd be nice to have his lawyer get a hold of the Denver judge that has control over those two cases in Denver. You know, with these $5,000 cash only bonds, ridiculous bonds. $5,000 for each charge, and that the only reason that he wasn't there is because he was in Jefferson County. He would have been in court, but Jefferson County took him in, and you know, well, you guys know the story how he got there, where he's at now. Court shuffling. Yeah, well, the pandemic didn't help a thing. If the pandemic didn't happen, he would have been at the court dates for Denver. Jefferson County denied Denver to take him over there.
He called for a reason, but as soon as he calls, they stop. And then advised he didn't need assistance breaks.
Yeah, looking for the calls available on 76.
Well, the district judge, a senior one, he doesn't have the full picture,
Okay, copy.
as Eric said.
Contact
But
with Wyatt.
he's got a picture from 6 months ago.
Walking around building 21, his shoes light up. He does look lost.
But at least he seemed decent enough, yeah.
2259.
367 holding out of the substation on a transport.
3 Adam 67, okay, 2300.
It's too bad you can't do Streamlabs from your phone, but you have to do it from a computer. Yeah. His lawyer.
2 Adam 71. I can break and be enough to cover 368 from 53 and Lowell.
271, okay, 2300.
3 Adam 67 with disregard. Clear system on the route.
What happened to
Okay, break down
Texas?
someone. Do you want me to show you back in?
Oh, that one was dropped. The Texas charges were dropped.
2300.
He said in the stream, I don't remember it, Caterpillar.
I'm clear.
He said the two of them. One's the misdemeanor,
Clarification, would you like us to cancel that here?
and one was the felony ones.
Okay, 23.
Well, you know, he still has to be sentenced for the other one.
6-4, copy. I'll show you out with 6-3, 20 with 301.
Rockwall, I believe. Wobbly boost. Rockwall. We'll take a Big Mac. Yeah. But I believe it was Rockwall. Yeah, yeah. But those ones got dropped. Actually, it was a federal one, but it stemmed from Rockwall, I believe.
6-3, your traffic was a little wonky.
Okay, from 363.
There is no hold on him except for a pretrial hold for a GPS device. That's the only hold that's on him. And we already went through this before about that. They just put a GPS device on him and he's released. Kelland and Poland. Yeah, that sounds about right. Poland and Kelland.
3 Adam 71 status.
Grab some more code for
2303.
And I don't know which one's which either. It's not my job to keep that one straight. You'll just have to re-listen to the stream, I guess, for that little section.
2303.
Yeah. That's exactly about it, Brian. Yep. Caterpillar, yep. Them sharks smell blood in the water. That's what the issue is.
Right on the victim vehicles, 843 William Sam David. 843 William Sam David.
Once they smelled the blood in the water, they were all attacking.
We're in front of 2 out. Business check at 12th Street Liquor.
2304.
12th Street Liquor? Really? Where was that at? That was probably Brighton. Hope they get dizzy circling them. Yeah, no doubt.
Course status.
Yeah, it's Brighton.
Go for it.
Yeah, Jefferson chummed the water. Yeah, they did. They did, didn't they?
you checking over those
Somebody
other
will start
14
one. Somebody will start a poll for pre-Eric.
Yeah, 6-3, can you assign 2 items 7 to your CR, please? Start it till around 4, all 4 up.
I'm not sure who will start it, but yeah, ask Liberty. It'll probably go in Bruce's name, but we'll see.
305.
3 and 4. Clear. Vehicle can move.
Zero 5.
Liberty sleeping? Probably.
6-5 here.
Good chance he is, yes. He's not a night owl like us.
7-1, code 6.
Right, 7-1, go.
85 northbound, just north of County Road 2, 739 Ocean King Henry.
That one's up north.
739 Ocean King Henry.
One second, he's been working hard. Are you waking him up?
6925.
Copy harassment DD.
Oh. Well, this car next to me has been parked there for a good while.
2306.
6-4, okay.
Fair copy.
I wonder if the person got out and got in the other car and they left in it and they left this car here.
Right, 20, copy. What are our charges?
Yeah, forensic code might. I
Traffic
don't know.
only. No traffic.
Got a chase.
Vehicle description matches the plate.
We got a chase here in Brighton. Where they at?
762. All we need is clear FI car.
It's clear SI 2307.
Where's the chase?
367 5 in a row.
Three 6-1.
367. From the substation to the jail. With one all-female unit, 89. Start launch 95977.
2307.
Come on, where's the chase?
271.
Go ahead.
Looks like our actual location of occurrence is going to be West 52nd and Meade Street. Break. For the car, she was southbound Meade and turned westbound 52nd as the shots were fired. And we have several shell casings.
We got shots fired. 52nd in Meade.
Okay. 2308.
'52nd in Meade.
81, okay. 85 4.
20 you're at 23.
I'm gonna go over to the gas station, put gas in the Jeep, in case we do decide to make a run down there. Whoa! Damn! Reminder next time, take the speaker off of the dash before I move.
I'm seeing 2309.
That wasn't a curb, that was a pothole.
2740, you copy?
Yeah, sir.
Code 2 at 2309.
That was a freaking pothole.
One DRP said that he's coming from above into the apartment.
6-1, that's negative. It's coming from below CRP.
Okay.
Yeah, Brian, that's been happening to people. I don't know what the deal is. They don't want people subscribing to me.
Go for it, sir. Thanks.
323,
I have no idea why it's been happening.
10-6.
Holy shit, gas went way up. Oh, it's diesel. $1.79.
Charles Robert 515. Ocean Charles Robert 515.
Are these guys closed already? Shit. Well, that would suck if they're already closed. I'll have to go next door to get gas if they're closed here.
Fire 2011 Chevy Silverado black in color, your city, code 6 at 2311. I'm seeing at 2311.
Yeah, their doors on the thing are already down. What the hell, man? They must have closed at 11 tonight. This place is closed too. It's getting worse and worse.
Yeah, someone.
Can't get gas here either.
Be someone.
When you get a moment, can you give me a call? Reference Polo we received from Jeffco.
Gotta go down the street some more.
Hey, give me a second.
Thank you, 2312.
I'm gonna put some gas in this thing if we're gonna chase anything.
Marine 2312.
Alright, how bad's the gas over here? $1.89 at 10 cents more a freaking gallon. You gotta be shitting me. Oh, they drive me nuts. Alright, get some gas in this thing. Yeah, I better grab my mask.
E3, suspicious. 983, go. Based in Southern Motor Vehicle. I don't think it's occupied. Kelly 7 if occupied at 2314. Brandon Green Plate's going to be Charles Lincoln Adam 792. Six one status.
6-1 status as of now.
No status at 2314. Unit code for 2314.
7-4.
So forth.
We did advise Wells County to start until we got code 4. Would you like them to clear or continue?
7-4, they can cancel, thank you.
Thank you. 2315. 6-8 copy.
6163, you're okay. We're still just looking for the apartment.
John, do you want me to call the RP back and get a better idea of where it is?
Yes, please.
Copy. Code 4. Code 4, 2315.
27216.
721
272126. 120th Moline, silver Lexus, no plate.
2721 copy at 2316. Have to be on the second floor. RP's in apartment 31, building 12. So maybe apartment 21.
All right, guys. Did we hear anything else on the radio?
There is no building 12. Could you try to specify with the RP more as to which building?
648, I'm on the line with him. He's just very uncooperative.
Funny, Wendy.
6-4, he's advising it's on the east side, all the way in the back. It's a newer building.
Copy, we'll go check over there.
I copy.
You're having some vicious munchies. Alright, we have enough gas to get around.
I just do copy code 2318.
Alright, what, you guys want to chase calls?
Room 214. RP is requesting someone being removed from the room, and they disconnected on us break.
What do you guys want to do? You want to chase calls?
Copy, and then we got a call from a female in room 317. She was uncooperative with us, advising there was a Jason Devereaux on scene, and she wanted him out. Unknown if related.
You do want to chase calls?
Okay, I'll check 214 first.
Copy, and they're both the same phone number.
Alright.
Copy.
Here's what we're going to do then.
2319.
I'm going to end the stream, stop at my house, make some cigarettes, come back out, start up the stream, and we'll go chase some calls.
262, I'll cover them from Sherwood and Pecos.
How's that sound?
26, okay. 2319.
So it'll be
354. I got it today for good.
10, 15 minutes. I'll restart the stream.
2319.
100 likes. There's only 70 people in here. We got 88 likes.
2319.
Yep, intermission. I gotta use the bathroom. I gotta make some smokes if I'm gonna chase calls. So I'm gonna go ahead and end it here, guys. We'll be back shortly.
My location, where I'll mail this up again. My HD 2163 to 88.